Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys so much for watching. So please bear with me, I am super sick. I came back from Denver on Friday in the morning and I did catch a little bit of a cold because Denver weather was so incredibly cold. There was a day that we were at like negative 16 degrees, so it was freezing, and Miami weather is like 80s 90s, so I think that the time and the weather change completely messed me up. So I'm finally getting my voice back, so I decided to film for you guys because it's been a couple of days and I kind of wanted to get my best of beauty video up as soon as possible before it's later on in the month. So what I'm going to do is to not overwhelm you guys with a bunch of different products. What I'm going to do is I am going to start off from start to finish as I do my makeup in the morning or in the afternoon or when I go film. So I'm going to start off with my favorite moisturizers. I'm going to start off with my favorite primers, then foundation, concealer, powder, and all that stuff. I'm going to go in order in the way I do my makeup. I think that's the smartest way to not just throw a bunch of random products like all over the place. I'm going to start off with moisturizers, and during the year of 2014 there was two different moisturizers that I loved. The first one was the Bedescu Skincare Aleo Moisturizer in SPF 15, and this is for sensitive oily combination skin. I love this moisturizer. And the second one was this Philosophy Take a Deep Breath in SPF 30. I feel like Bedescu is a little bit thicker, whereas the Philosophy one is a little bit lighter, which in my opinion I liked this one more, but again I kept switching back and forth in between both of these. They're both great moisturizers, especially if you have oily combination sensitive skin. My skin is super sensitive, so it doesn't really do well whenever I try a different product or whenever I try something different. It kind of tends to freak out, and neither of these products broke me out from the beginning. I love them. They go really nicely in the bottom of my foundation. And on the days that I don't use my moisturizer, I notice a huge difference in my foundation. The days that I do wear moisturizer, my foundation tends to last longer and it gives me more of a healthy glow. Now I'm going to talk about primers, and primers for me are huge in my makeup routine. I have very large pores and I tend to get oily really fast, so I definitely have to incorporate some sort of primer to my face, whether it's to mattify it or whether it's to kind of conceal and fill in my pores. So I have three different primers that I loved throughout 2014. The first one is my Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Primer, and I have been using this primer for forever. Ever since I started my YouTube channel, this is the primer that I used to use, and I am still obsessed with this primer. I love it. I go back and forth between this one and another one that I'm going to show you guys. I am obsessed with this primer and it's awesome. It's waterproof. It's more of a silicone type of consistency. It's a little bit thicker, but it's still amazing and it does a great job at filling in my pores. The next one is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and this one again is pore minimizing. This one is great. It kind of replaced this one once I purchased this one because I felt like it did a little bit better at concealing my pores. So what I tend to do is whenever I'm not wearing any makeup, I would just use this. This would just work fine. But whenever I'm wearing heavy makeup or foundation, you know, foundation tends to kind of like stick to those pores and kind of emphasizes them. So then I would go and wear this one because this one does a better job at concealing those pores. So I love these two. Are my holy girl primers. I am in love with them. And then the last one is the Hourglass Mineral Veil, and I do have the smaller bottle, but I'm going to go ahead and purchase the big one. The small bottle because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I ended up loving it and I still have a little bit left of it. So once I come completely out of it, I will go ahead and purchase the full size. I love this. I wear this every single day underneath my makeup. Well, not every single day, only the days that I do wear makeup. And this is more of a mattifying primer. So what I like to do is I apply this first and then I go in and I apply any of these two and then I just apply my foundation, and it is the perfect skincare, or not skincare but regimen before I apply foundation. My foundation just glides. It looks matte, it looks glowy at the same time. I just love it. So these have been my holy grail primers of 2014, and I can't see myself using anything else for this upcoming, well, for not this upcoming year, but for this year, I can't see myself doing anything else with primer because these have just set the standard so high that I don't think I'm going to find something that I like as much. For the year 2014, I tried a bunch of different foundations. I tried the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I tried the Nars Sheer Matte Foundation. These three foundations are my holy grail foundations. Even if I was done trying the best foundation, I will always find myself going back to these three. So I have 2 high-end and 1 drugstore. So the first high-end foundation is my Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I love to wear this foundation especially when I'm gonna take some sort of pictures or when I'm gonna film, because the coverage of this is so beautiful and it photographs so well, it films really nicely. So I love this foundation. I almost dropped it. So I love this foundation. And if you are a bride, if you're about to get married and you're looking for a foundation, you're gonna do your own makeup, this foundation I recommend it 100%. It's good for all skin tones, at least in my opinion. I've tried this foundation in a bunch of different skin tones whenever I do freelance makeup, and it always looks so beautiful and it photographs really beautiful. So I love the Makeup Forever HD. My second high-end foundation is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and this one has SPF 15. I love this foundation. I have been using Studio Fix since I was in high school. I've always been the same shade. I'm in NC 35, and for the Makeup Forever I'm in shade 123. Yeah, it's N123, and for the MAC I'm in an NC 35. I have always been an NC 35, whether it's summer or whether it's winter. I don't really change colors too often. Just my face gets a little bit pale because I do exfoliate every single night, but for the most part I'm always the same exact shade. I love this. It's so full coverage. And then from drugstore, I have a couple that I like, but I nailed it down to one that I know works for me, and it's my favorite. And it is the L'Oreal True Match, and I am in the shade W5, and I just love this foundation. It is super blendable. It matches my skin tone really nicely. This is a foundation that I'm actually wearing today. I am just obsessed with it. I love it. I feel like it's a great comparison for the Makeup Forever HD. I am just in love with it. This does have SPF though, whereas the Makeup Forever one does not. But when it comes to coverage and when it comes to how the final look, this foundation is awesome. I love it. I feel like I'm just obsessed with this foundation. So now let's move on to concealer. I'm also going to show you guys 3 concealers, 2 high-end and 1 drugstore that I am in love with. The first high-end concealer is the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer. The Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I am in the shade Custard, which is medium 1. I really like this concealer. I thought I wasn't gonna like it because I had heard mixed reviews. Some people, the concealer creased on them, other people didn't last long, other people loved it. So I was kind of skeptical to pick it up, but I'm so happy that I did because I actually really like it. I like to wear this concealer on days that I'm not wearing too much makeup, just because I feel like it's a little bit on the lightweight type of concealer. Like usually when I'm doing a more bolder look, I will use something that's a little bit thicker, a little bit more full coverage. This one's a little bit more creamy, it's a little bit more radiant, so I would wear this just as an accent to add a little bit of more radiancy, add a little bit more of illumination, yeah, adding a little more of illumination to my under eye area. So love this concealer as an accent, maybe as a nose highlight, maybe, you know, just to kind of highlight the face. Another favorite of mine is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I am in the shade NC20 or NC25. I go between both of them. I'm sorry, not NC, NW20 and NW25. I love this concealer. It does tend to crease if you put too much of it. I like to apply a lot of it. Then I'll go in with my finger, pat it, and then on top of that, I'll either go in with a brush or with the beauty blender that removes any excess product that I have applied. Because if you do apply too much of this, it will crease. I know it's supposed to be waterproof and it doesn't crease, but we tend to have little fine lines under our eyes, and unfortunately definitely it will get in those lines if you apply too much of it, but other than that, it's still an amazing concealer. It conceals all the little veins, the dark circles. I love it, and it is waterproof. For my drugstore concealer, the one that I love and the one that I have been using for the past month and a half in all of my videos has been the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I am obsessed with this concealer. I have it under my eyes right now. I am just obsessed with this concealer. I am in the shade Light. I go between light and between fair. It depends what they have at the drugstore when I go, because they don't really have these in stock, at least not my local CVS. So I love them. I actually have to go buy a new one. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is down to here. So I definitely have to go pick up another one. I love this concealer. It dries to a powder finish. It's amazing. So now I'm going to move into setting powders for my face and for my concealer. The first setting powder is my Mercier translucent powder. This is the Secret Brightening Powder. I believe I have number 1. I love this translucent powder. I actually have it under my eyes right now, and this is what I use to set my concealer. I like to apply a lot of this product underneath. I know a lot of people have said that they do get flashback, but I have never gotten flashback, and I usually take my pictures with flash, and that's just never happened to me. The thing with this is that I blend it out really good. I apply a lot of it, I let it soak into the skin, and then I go in and I blend it out with a fluffy brush to remove any excess, and I've never had a problem with this. But if you guys don't like loose powders, or if you guys are scared to use loose powders, there is a great option, which is the MAC shaping powder in the shade Emphasize, and it's this one right here. It is more of a bone type of color. It's not white, like stark white. It's more of like a bone color, and it does have some shimmer. The Mercier also has shimmer, but this one has shimmer and it's more concentrated. So if you're not into loose powders and you still want to try something that's going to brighten it and it has a little bit of a highlight to it, then definitely try the MAC Emphasize. I love it. I've already hit pan. I don't know if you guys can see it, that I've hit pan on it, and I do have to go pick up another one. So I love that powder to set my under eye area. Next product that I have been loving to set my under eye area for the year of 2014 has been my Anastasia Countor Kit, and the shade that I use for that is the shade Banana as well as the shade Vanilla. I usually mix them together and I put that under my eyes to set, and I am in love with these products. I love the Banana shade because it has a yellow undertone, so it's going to brighten that under eye area, and it's also going to set the under eye area. So love this product. If you guys don't own this, or if you guys don't want to spend the money on this, I believe BH Cosmetics has a very similar palette that's very similar to this, so definitely check that out. Moving on to bronzers and kind of contour powders, I'm going to show you guys a few products that I could not live without in 2014. The first bronzer that I loved was the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. I'm going to see if I can open it. It is just the most beautiful bronzer. It blends so nicely into the skin. It's what I have on my face right now, and I just love it. It's so blendable. The color is so amazing, at least for my skin color. It is just beautiful. It's a mineralized product, so you know that you're going to not only benefit the skin, but it's also going to blend, and it's going to be really easy to work with. Another bronzer that I loved through 2014 is this one right here, and this is from my Urban Decay Flushed palette, and I get tons of questions on the one that I have, but I believe this is the first flush palette that they came out with before they did the other two. This bronzer right here, it is just amazing. Every time I wear all of these 3 shades, I get tons and tons of questions on what bronzer, blush, highlight did I use, and this palette right here has been my go-to palette. Whenever I travel, I take this palette. I took it with me to Denver. I took it with me to New York when I went with my friends. I am just obsessed with this palette because it's so easy. It's very small, so you can literally throw this anywhere, and you have your blush, you have your highlight, and you have your contour bronzing type of shade. Love this palette. So definitely have been enjoying that. And then I also have gone back and forth with Blunt by MAC, which is this darker shade right here. This is what I like to use when I'm doing a heavy contour. It's so rich in color. It's not your typical bronze. Like if I put them next to each other, you can see that this one is a little bit more of a cool tone. It's a little bit more gray, so it's going to be better for contouring. Whereas this is going to be better for bronzing. And of course, I have also loved Fawn from the Anastasia Countor Kit, which is this one right here. And I have also loved Havana, also from the Anastasia Countor Kit. I go back and forth between them. So I'm not really a blush girl. I'm more into contouring and more into eyeshadow and more into lips. I'm not really into blush. These are one of my favorites. The first one is called Deep Throat by Nars. I love this blush. I feel like it goes so pretty with pretty much anything that you put on. This blush will look extremely amazing with any look. You can do this with a smoky eye, you can do this with a natural eye, you can do this on its own whenever you're not wearing makeup. I love Deep Throat by Nars. And then I have also loved the one in the Urban Decay Blush palette. Love this blush. It's actually what I'm wearing today. It's by far one of my favorites. And then I have one by MAC, which is called Melba. And again, I love this blush. It is so easy to work, so blendable, and again, it looks really pretty with any look that you're going for. This is definitely a staple in anyone's makeup collection. If you go into MAC, you're not really sure what blush to pick up, you're overwhelmed by all the colors, this is a blush that definitely you need in your collection and you should pick up because it's going to look beautiful with any look. Moving on to highlight, I'm going to show you two of my favorites, and the first one is Becca's Opal Highlight, and this is such a staple highlight. I feel like this highlight is it's so pretty, it's so pigmented. I believe this is a dupe for MAC's Whisper of Guilt or their Estee Lauder Heat Wave. I don't own any of those two, but I always hear people comparing the two together. I love this highlight. I'm so happy that I picked it up. I picked it up pretty early in the year and I'm just obsessed with it. I love this highlight. Then the next one is my Mary Luminizer by The Balm. Love this. This is actually what I'm wearing today. I love this highlight. It's definitely a staple. Again, if you don't know what highlight to choose and you're not sure what's gonna look good with your skin, definitely pick up the Mary Luminizer. In my opinion, it looks really pretty on mostly any skin color, any complexion. This is going to look really pretty on. So yeah, those are my two favorite highlights of 2014. I'm gonna do brows because for brows I really didn't try many different things. I pretty much stayed with the basic things. For brow pencil, I loved my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. It's my go-to. I haven't tried their pomade. I haven't tried anything else but this. I am in the shade dark brown because I did dye my hair darker. I love this brow pencil. It's so creamy, it's so easy to work with, it blends really nicely, and I just love it. Another brow product that I loved was the Benefit Give Me Brow. This is really good on the days that you're not wearing too much makeup, the days that you only kind of wanted to fill in any gaps. I love this. It's great. You can also use this as a tool to set your brows. So if you have any little curly hairs, my brows are very curly, so I always get brows like brow hair standing up, and this is great to stick them in place and add some color, kind of add a tint to it. Lastly, the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I have the little one, the to-go one, because I'm unpacking my makeup from Denver and this is what I took with me, but this is great to set your brows. I love using this to kind of, again, get those little curly hairs to kind of stick down and stay in place, and just the brows, it makes them last throughout the night, so you're not clubbing or out with your friends and then you're like, one brow is gone because of all the sweat. This would definitely keep them in place, and I just love this clear brow gel. I have two mascaras that I loved, and the first one was the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. Love this mascara. I love it for my top lashes, I love it for my bottom lashes. It's a great mascara. The next one is the Lancome, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but I will have it linked down below. It looks like this. I believe it's called the Phenol Seals. I have no idea how to pronounce it, but Again, it is a great mascara. And also for my bottom lashes, I love the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. I feel like the wand is perfect. It is so incredibly tiny, so it's really going to get into all those little lashes. That's actually what I use on my bottom lashes right now. It makes them look, it kind of doesn't clump them together. It really defines them. It separates them. So I love this little thing right here. For eyeshadow, I have a bunch of favorites. I'm going to start off with the Anastasia ones first. The first one is the Amrezy palette. Love this palette, and it's so sad that it's sold out, but you can buy all these shadows individually from their website. Wow, you guys, this is my go-to palette at all times. I have this with me whether I'm traveling or whether I'm doing a quick eye look. This is the palette that I use the most and that I have used the most in the 2014 year. The next one is the Mia Mia palette. Love this palette also specifically because of the color Sienna. Love this palette as well. The Tamina palette was a great palette and I still love it. I do own it, but I didn't reach for it as much as these two palettes. And then I also loved my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Love this palette. I'm actually wearing all of the eyeshadows that I'm wearing are from this palette. Love this one, and I do have to go pick up the Semi Sweet. I haven't picked it up because I've been out of town, but as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to go ahead and pick that baby up because this one was such a great palette. I use this a bunch. They smell like chocolate. It smells amazing, and I am just in love with this whole palette. So yeah, and then I have some more Anastasia shadows, and I'm going to show you guys my top shadows from them that I just can't put down. The first one is Smoke, which is this one right here. Then we have Birkin. Then we have Orange Soda. We have Blanc. I have Truffle Glitter. I have Rose. I have Pink Champagne, and then I have Metal right here. I will be doing a close-up of these because these are just amazing shadows. Like, everybody needs to at least pick up a couple of these, play with them, try them out, and see that the hype is real. A lot of people here on YouTube, they tend to hype things up that aren't that great just because they're getting some sort of commission. But these, I'm not getting paid for these, by the way. I bought all of these with my own money, but these are actually worth the hype. Love. Other eyeshadows that I have been loving have been the ColourPop eyeshadows. Again, I purchased these with my own money, so don't think I got them sent to me, and that's why I'm saying it, because I know these are pretty hyped up right now, and to be honest, they are worth the $5. They are so inexpensive, and the pigmentation of these are just amazing. So I have 3 of my favorites that I'm going to show you guys. The first one is called Sequin, and this is what I have on top of my eyeshadow that I use from my Chocolate Bar palette, and this is what this one looks like. I'm going to swatch it right there. They are so pigmented. Again, I'll do a close-up of these. The next one is Get Lucky, and I did use this in my gold tutorial that I posted for New Year's Eve. Love that gold eyeshadow. Like, that is just so freaking pigmented, and they're only $5. Like, they're amazing. And then the next one is called Amaze, which I have a tutorial planned for it coming up really soon. I haven't used this in a tutorial yet, but I will, which is this one right here. The thing with these is that you definitely want to make sure that you close them really tight after you finish using them, because they will dry out. The consistency of this, it's kind of like a wet powder type of consistency, yet they're so incredibly pigmented. It's incredible. So these are my 3 favorite colors. I actually placed another order with them because I want to start doing more colorful looks. I want to start doing more greens, more blues. So I did purchase a couple of more shadows from them that I'm so excited to try out and show you guys. And then I think we're on to lips. For lips, I'm going to show you guys my favorites because I have a ton of different lipsticks that I loved. But I'm going to show you guys 2 lip pencils that I loved and a couple of lipsticks that I loved because it was so hard to nail them down. So let's start off with lip pencils. I have 2. They're similar in shade, but it's just kind of what I've been into. The first one is called Strip Down, and it is by MAC. Love this pencil. It is so amazing. It's this one right here. It's more of a brown type of color. And then the next one is Nutmeg by NYX, and it's a little bit darker than, it's this one right here. It's a little bit darker than Strip Down. It has a little bit more of red undertone. It is what I'm wearing on my lips right now, under the lip concoction under the lip mixture that I have on going on right now. But I love Nutmeg. I have been wearing it non-stop. Again, it's what I have on right now. And then for lipstick, I'm going to show you guys a couple. The first one is Myth by MAC. This is also what I have on my lips right now, and it is this really pretty nude color. This is one of, I believe, MAC's bestseller. Everyone knows about Myth. It's one of their most popular lipsticks, I believe, and it is just great. I actually do have it on right now as well. And then I have a couple of NYX. I loved the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. I picked up a couple of them. These are my 3 favorites. The first one is called Athens, and this is what I have on my lips right now on top of Myth. The next one is called Istanbul. I'm not sure of the name. Love. It's kind of like a nudie pink type of color. And then this one is called Buenos Aires. Love this one. This is more of a coral shade, which I'll swatch right here. Love the shade. It's this one right here. I wear this shade on top of another favorite of mine. Lip product that I loved was the NYX matte lipstick in the shade Indie Flick. I like to wear this one with the shade Buenos Aires. So what I'll do is I mix the two together, and it just gives me the perfect kind of color. So I mix both of these together, this two right here, and it just gives me a perfect color. And also, I have been obsessed with my Sola Look lipsticks. I love the Sola Look. I have been working with them ever since their company launched, I believe, and ever since I started my YouTube. They were the first company that I worked with. I am not making any money out of this. I have actually never made money from them. I just love them so much that all of them are my favorite. If I have to pick 2 to choose from, just because I can't pick one, I definitely would choose Jessie and Isabel. Love Jessie. I am just obsessed with Jessie. It's this really pretty pinky shade, and I'm running out of swatches, but love. Look how beautiful that color is. It's really similar to MAC's Snob. It's just a little bit darker in shade. Another one that I love is Isabel, and this is more of a nudie brownish shade. I'll show you guys. It's just beautiful. Loved it. And to go check them out because their quality is so amazing, and I just want everyone to know about them because they deserve it. So I think that is pretty much it. That wraps up my best of beauty. I really tried to nail it down to products that I back up 150%, products that I use, products that I've tried for a long time, products that I know work. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you guys want to see next. I have a bunch of tutorials coming up for 2015. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys very much. And until next time, I will see you guys later.